Hey guys, be sure to like and subscribe. Today I want to talk a little bit about vlogging in the Philippines and how tough it can be sometimes. I've watched a lot of channels lately get attacked in some of the online sites on Facebook and other sites. And they get attacked for numerous things. And I've also started looking into some of the comments on some of these vlogs online, because somebody told me that I was in some of the comment sections and stuff like that. And I was like, what am I in the comment sections for? I've done nothing wrong, you know? But people will attack you for almost anything. They really will. And it can be brutal sometimes. I have had to block about 20 people in the past 2 weeks. And I'm not sure where this stuff's coming from, because my vlog is just basically based on giving out information and helping people for free. And anybody that is, I mean, this we have a ton of people on here that have helped already, and anybody out there that knows me knows that I don't charge people. I'll talk on the phone for, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and sometimes I continually talk to some of the same people, helping them and doing whatever I can do to kind of walk them through the process. Sometimes I can answer them, sometimes I can't. If I can't, I can usually kind of point them in the right direction anyway, and give them the information to kind of, push them in the right direction. But there's a lot of vloggers out there, and one thing I've noticed is that they become very money oriented, in that they do the super chats, they do the Patreon and all that stuff. And some of these people have become really wealthy off their vlogs. And hey, I say more power to you if that's what you want to do and stuff like that. But it's the people here, and there's a lot of Filipinos here that don't like vloggers that show their wealth or show themselves giving money to the poor here. Some people call it poverty porn. And what it is you show yourself giving money to somebody in poverty, and what happens is then you profit from it by getting all kinds of views off your ads, and you get more subscribers, you get more Patreon, things like that, because people start donating more money to your channel because you're giving out. But what some people don't see is the amount of profits that you're making. And then there also comes the tax question, and you do have to pay taxes, and a lot of people don't realize that aspect of it. And there's a lot of people out there, there's a lot of questions that come with vlogging. I'll be the first to admit that, okay? We have a lot of travel channels here in the Philippines. We have some people that just come passing through, and some people that stay here, okay? And what happens is this. Some of these channels that pass through here sometimes end up staying here for a long time, and then they leave. Now, if you're a world traveler vlogger, and right now it's very hard to travel, so some people have just kind of stayed here and camped here for a while till their 36 months run out. Then they'll just go someplace else and go there to stay, Now, here's the problem. The Philippines wants them to pay taxes while they're in here. And I'm not sure that those people actually have to pay taxes, because some countries have tax treaties with the Philippines. And after all, you are a tourist. You're not a resident here. So if you are a resident here, it kind of changes things. If you're a tourist on a tourist visa, it's a different ball game from what I understand. But if you're on a tourist visa, they say, well, you're not supposed to be working. But if you're a vlogger and you travel the world and you're on a tourist visa, that means you're kind of, guess what? You're a tourist. So there's a lot of things that go into play with this here, and there's also international law, like I said, with the tax treaties, things like that, and it becomes kind of difficult. And I implore you guys out there that are out there on and you're doing these vlogs and stuff like that, make sure you check all the things you need to check on. I have a document here with all the things that you need to do and everything that you need to know, because there is a $5,000 threshold per year, and that comes into play also. If you stay below the $5,000, you don't have to pay taxes, but you still have to register and do things like that, and to be proper with the government. So when you hit certain thresholds, you have to go do things. And also we got the COVID going on, which kind of stops people from doing things legal and stuff like that too. So we wait it out or whatever, and then we have to, because I've had people call me up and say, hey, Steve, can I go there now? I'm like, I don't know, man. With all this stuff going on, I don't know if you can go into these places, and I don't think you can right now, because I don't even think they'll let you into the offices, but you may want to try to get in touch with them to check and see what you can do, but guys, just be careful. If you're a vlogger or you want to be a vlogger over here, make sure that you do things right over here. You need to do things right, okay? Now, if anybody needs that document, you know, I can pass that document on to you. If you want to become a vlogger, I can point you in the right direction. I have the thing all printed out in here. I can try to get the link again or whatever and go to that site and send it to you. Also, guys, you know, if you ever have any questions, you can also go to my my Facebook channel and you can chat me on there also, okay? Or you can email me at steven5975@yahoo.com. You know, if you want my Facebook account, just email me and I'll send you a link to my Facebook account, okay? And I'll be more than glad to give it to you. I have a lot of people on my Facebook. They follow me on there. We chat on there. We talk about a lot of different subjects on there. On my YouTube channel, we try to stay off some subjects. Some of the subjects that we stay off of, we actually go on to on my Facebook. But we try to be careful on there too a little bit. We don't try to get off track too much, or we don't insult people or anything like that, just like on my channel. You know, on my vlog, I have the policy of, you know, if you attack me, who's the host on my channel, usually we kick you off. That's just the way it is. You know what I mean? If you start insulting me or you insult somebody else on my vlog, on my YouTube channel, you know, I kick people off. I like to keep a clean channel, you know. But I also want to talk about this. This is another thing that we've kind of touched on in the past. It's my dog barking. I wanted to talk a little bit about this. Was a lot of people, and it's not just one. There's one in particular right now that's front and center. But anyway, there's a lot of people out there that are building homes or setting up solar panels or showing how much wealth that they're making off of YouTube, and that's kind of like a slap in the face to some of the Filipinos over here, like to show your wealth on YouTube. It's not cool, you know. It's just not cool. Me, I live like a Filipino to a certain extent. I mean, I live probably like a middle class Filipino, which is different than a U.S. middle class person. Okay. Am I more comfortable? Yes, I am. I have AC. My neighbor, who's a teacher, by the way, also has AC in her house, okay? But our house is set up a little bit different. It's more Western style. You know, I have a few more amenities than other people do. Like I have ovens and stoves and microwaves and, you know, everything you can think of. You know, like we have all kinds of stuff in our house. And I like to have that because I enjoy things in my house. I have speakers, big speakers for listening to music. I love listening to music. I love doing things in my house. By the way, guys, I'm going to do a video coming up soon. I asked my girlfriend if I could do another video of the house, and I do want to show another video of the house. She says no, but I'm going to do it anyway. So just FYI. So probably within the coming month, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to try to do a really good video if I can get the house all cleaned up to show it, because we have the kids in the house, and they leave the house a mess sometimes. So it's not terribly messy, but it does get messy sometimes. And usually there's somebody sitting around or something like that. So I'm going to see if I can get the house all cleaned up and do a video in the house and show you guys again, because my house is pretty cool. I'm very proud of my house. You know, I enjoy my house. You know, and it's not something that you know, like I'm not building a house. This is a rental. You know what I mean? So I don't like to show like wealth on here, because I don't think it's fair to Filipinos, and a lot of the stuff that I do behind the scenes, because when you start showing off giving on your channel and stuff like that, I think it devalues your channel. It really devalues your channel, because what happens is, and I also heard from somebody online, they said that it's actually illegal to do that. Now I'm not so sure about that. If you show yourself giving money, you know, to people, that's illegal. I think you have to register yourself as a non-profit organization. And by the way, there are a lot of channels out there that are taking a hit out there that are legally registered for all the stuff that they do. You know, I just want to say that there are a good bunch of vloggers out there. There's several people that build houses for people out there, and they show that. And I don't have a problem with that, really. You know, it's when you're walking along the streets and you're handing tons of money out. Some people have attacked some of those channels and stuff. I kind of understand why people would get ticked off at that, because they're making money off of the ads that are on those things, and they themselves are profiting. yeah, it's great that they're helping those poor people and they're bringing them up, but they're also making they're making bank. I'll say that some of these vloggers are making bank, you know, and I know that for a fact. There are some vloggers here that make more than $5,000 a month, some upwards $10,000 a month. You heard that right. You know, so there's some people here that make bank here. There's one vlogger that has 2 channels here, okay? And I can tell you right now, he makes well over $5,000 a month. And I'm not going to mention who it is or anything like that because I'm not one for saying that. And I'm not putting the channel down either. I'm saying I don't have a problem with people doing this stuff, but make sure you're registered and you do things right. But when you do the poverty porn thing, you're kind of asking for it. And when you're dragging out girls and stuff like that on your page, you're also kind of asking for it. I know you get a lot of views for that. That's great. That's dandy. That's fine. You know, I mean, if you get a lot of the guys' views here that are coming over here, and that's what they're looking for. I fully understand that. It also pulls a lot more expats in here that will want to come here because of that, because they want to come over here to get a Filipina girl and stuff like that. But it does attract the wrong type of expat over here. Okay, for me, myself, I'm trying to attract the more decent expats over here that want to come over here. They want to settle down. They want to live a good life over here, and they want to, you know, help people in the Philippines and stuff like that. You know, and it's great that we can help behind the scenes sometimes. And you know, for me, in some ways, and I'll share this with you, and I'm not trying to be overly religious or trying to make this into a religious channel, because I'm not, but I'm going to say this here. I think I said this the other day too. You know, I believe in storing my treasures in heaven up there rather than on earth here and try to get all that money from my channel. And you know, a lot of times I help people a lot here. I help people right here. I help a lot of people here, you know, and up above here too, you know, and I'm not trying to toot my horn, but I don't show it on my channel. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think it's right. You know, and a lot of time when we're walking the streets and we're videotaping, we're going to run into people that are on poverty. I had somebody say, well, you shouldn't show poor people on the street. I don't have a problem with showing poor people because most of the people in the streets are poor anyway. So it's like, how do you alleviate that? You can't in the Philippines. That's kind of a stupid statement, you know. But, you know, when I walk through the streets sometimes, I don't let people ask me. Because they say when people ask you and you give them money, you know, then that's illegal. It's like a 20 peso fine or something like that, just for the FYI. It's not a big deal. You know what I mean? And most people don't enforce it. Most of the police don't enforce it when you help the people on the streets here. So just a FYI. I've had many people tell me that, oh, Steve, it's illegal. You know, it's a small fine. It's a tiny, tiny, tiny fine. Okay? But here's the thing, guys, is when we walk around most of the time, and me and my buddy, when we go up to like Makati or Ermita or Pasay or any of those places, okay, usually he walks behind me and I give him some money to give out to people as we walk the streets and stuff like that, you know, and that's what we try to do. We don't like to get into that. I just want to show you what the places look like up there, and you know, show you what we, you know, where we go and stuff like that, because it's just kind of fun. We get some mosquitoes around here, guys. Sorry about that. But and he's a brutal one too. He keeps coming back. But anyway, guys, I just want to talk a little bit about that. I'm not trying to knock anybody's channels or anything. You know, there are people around here that, you know, a lot of vloggers in the Philippines that do different things, you know, and just knock on the door right there. I'm sorry, guys. We got a guy delivering a package here. But anyway, you know, I just want to talk a little bit about that because I think a lot of people are hurting their channels by doing all the Patreon and all that stuff. Just stick to the ads. If your channel is good, you'll make a lot of money off of ads. I do pretty decent off my ads, actually. You know, I do very well, and I'm very, very happy with that, you know, with what I make off of my ads. I do, you know, I won't say extremely well, but I do decent. You know, I mean, some months I make 500, some months I make 1,400, some months I make 1,200, you know, stuff like that. You know, and last year I made below 5,000. This year here, you know, I'm not sure where I'm going to be. I know I'll be above that, you know, so, you know, but you guys have to do things legal here. You have to make sure you go about things properly. And if you need that help with that documentation, if anybody out there needs help with that documentation, just give me a yell. I'll try to send you a copy of that document or the link to it or whatever. And then you can go to that site and it'll tell you how to do it. It's very simple. It's not that hard. I saw a story the other day because they're still going after these people, And they say, oh, it's really, really hard. It's not really that hard. It can be difficult for some if you don't know what you're doing. But this document really simplifies that. And it's really, really kind of cool to have this document because it's a story and it tells you what to do, how to do it. And some people might want to go to a tax attorney or a certified public accountant to get the help to do it. But you really don't need that. But if you are getting money and then helping the poor, make sure you apply for nonprofit status too. And we stay out of that stuff because we're an info channel. But I know there's a lot of vloggers out there that get into that. Just be careful, guys, and do things right and legal. Otherwise, you're going to get yourself into hot water in the Philippines. That's the last place you want to get in hot water is here in the Philippines, But anyway, guys, I just want to throw that out there. And, there's a lot, like I was saying, there's a lot of trolls out there that tend to attack people when they put the Patreon on there or they put the super chats on there. Automatically, they label you as a scammer or they label you as an e-beggar, one or the other. And then we have the other people out there selling the bachelor courses, which is the last thing you need in the Philippines. As you guys know, you don't need a bachelor course in the Philippines. It's very simple. I mean, unless you got some serious issues, you don't need a bachelor course here. And anybody that tells you that, that's crazy. You don't need a bachelor course in the Philippines. But anyway, guys, follow the rules and you'll be okay here. Okay, and if any of you guys need any help, I always reach out to other vloggers out there. Guys, if you ever want to talk to me, send me an email, steven5975@yahoo.com, and I'll send you that document if you need it. If you want that it tells you how to register everything, how to do everything, things like that. I can help you with that a little bit if you need some help or whatever. I'm always here. And as you guys know, I try to help everybody here. That's what this channel is about. You know what I mean? This channel is about that. We're about helping people. I don't care if you're Filipino, American. I don't care if you're from the UK or Australia. This is the info channel for expats, and we also help Filipinos here too. So we're always here. And sometimes I might not get to everybody, but I try to. For the most part, up until now, this channel has just about been able to help everybody. I would say probably about 95% of the people. There are a few people that get between the cracks because for some reason I miss them or whatever in my comments or whatever, because there's so many comments or so many emails. But the majority of them I get to answer, and I try to answer them. And occasionally I do take a day off. And occasionally a couple things get by me on those days because I can't answer everybody. So, but we do still try to stay at that 95% level. We're probably closer to 98% answering, But if you guys need help, Steven5975@yahoo.com, and I'll help you, And if you want my Facebook link, okay, you can just ask me, okay, in the email, and I'll send you that. And if anybody back in the U.S. ever needs to talk to me, you can ask me for my phone number. And usually I give out my phone number. Just tell me what you need my phone number for, what do you want to talk to me about. Usually I'll let it go through. Most people, they get through to talk to me. I haven't turned down a person yet. So just FYI, guys, God bless, take care. And remember, stay legal. God bless, guys.